ENTP. Oh, that's the reason why. Got it. TP. I mean, it's not very common for a lot of people to have like the combination E, T, and P, I think. Okay, usually when you already have like the TP, often like the person is going to be an extroverted person, so ENTP. Huh? Oh no no no. I mean an 那个 introverted, yeah. So often it's going to be an introverted person, so it's INTP. Yeah, you can say that. TP. Yeah, because I have more than 100 students, and I think you're the first person who has got this kind of PTI. Oh no, I reckon. Yeah, so but anyway, as I have mentioned, I've got hundreds of students, but I think you're only countable. It's just below 10. So I'm not so sure about it. All right. My MBTI is ENTJ. Ew, E and oh, you're an ENTP. Up until now, I'm still a bit confused. Oh no no no. I think it has. It's because of the headphone that I'm actually using right now. It has been disconnecting. I'm not so sure why, but okay, it's very much fine now. Hello. And what's your major? New energy. How new is an energy could be? What do you mean new energy? Yeah? Uh-huh. So you're going to build like a new air conditioner? Mm-hmm. I mean it's very much okay, but the thing is still it's a bit vague for me because you have only been saying like energy, and what is coming into my brain is basically the electric energy or basically electricity. Hmm. I see. Okay. I'll, what's the what? No, 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 I cannot. I mean, sometimes I would like some Chinese words would be slipping out from my mouth, but I can't actually speak in Chinese. Exactly. All right then. And when will you take your IELTS exam? All right. One, two, three. So you only have like 2 days preparation left. March 29, 2026. Okay then. And have you ever taken the IELTS before? So what was your score when it comes to speaking? Exactly. I see. Yeah, I can already see it. I was about to guess that you were a 5.5. But basing on your fluency and your pronunciation, you can actually get 6.0. But there's something that you really need to improve, which I will be stating after our class or maybe throughout the class. Because today we're going to have a mock-up test in order for you to learn what are your weaknesses and your strengths. So what is your target score? 6.0. Got it. And when's the deadline of this score? What's gonna be your deadline? Because I do know that if you're applying for future university or future studies, some schools will be having a deadline. Sorry? Oh, 1st of the April. Take off the first day of April. Mm-hmm. I see. Oh, but still, you're running out of time. Partly. Okay then. Alright, so let me just show you my screen for a bit. Oh, I should have been opening it. Hala, and which part do you think of the IELTS speaking is the hardest? Mm-hmm. But you know, they say part two is actually the easiest part. They say. Yeah, because when it comes to part two, you can prepare a pre-made story about something, which is something that you should be doing. E mm-hmm. I see. It's gonna be emptier when it comes to part three and part one because it's random. But maybe in part one, since it's personal questions, it can be tolerable, but when it comes to part three, that's a big red flag. Okay. Hala. 那个 等一下. Okay, now let's proceed with your part one already. What's your favorite food? Yeah, I'll be showing it to you in a moment. But yeah, what's your favorite food? is uh you you should have said so that's the reason why I love hot pot. Alright, and what kind of food did you like when you were young? Okay. Well, for sometimes I may get a toothache. Here you go. This one. I may get a toothache. And here you said when I was a kid. When I was a kid, not kids. And my mom didn't allow me, or did not allow me. Did not allow me. Yes. My mom didn't allow me to eat sweet foods. Right? Okay, and do you eat different foods at different times of the year? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, and you also have a problem with your hesitations. Sometimes you hesitate with your words and you would be correcting yourself, which is something that would actually hurt your fluency. So something that you can do is if you have already stated something, just continue saying it. No, yeah, just continue it. Don't repeat the same phrase over and over again. Yeah? And has your favorite food changed since you were a child? Unattractive. Oh, but you said is no. It could be is no longer attract attractive for me. The sweets are no longer attractive for me. Okay, so I want you to answer the same question again. You can use the same answer that you have mentioned, but this time don't commit a huge pause. Okay? Do you eat different foods at different times of the year? Oh, sorry. Has your favorite food changed since you were a child? Got it. Allah. There are several things that I'm concerned about, which is basically stopping you from getting 6.0. First one is the your grammar. You have been committing consistent grammatical mistakes, which actually lowers down your score. The second one is your fluency. Often you would be stopping in the middle of your sentence, and definitely that's a huge problem. And lastly is the vocabulary. There are better ways for you to sound more native, but right now what you're using is the textbook English. You're no long you're not using any idiomatic expressions, which is definitely something that you need to have when it comes to speaking. Yeah, fluency. But for now, I wanted you to focus on your fluency. You just need to speak fluently. There you go. Okay, now let's talk about pets and animals. What's your favorite animal? Fluency. Oh, mm-hmm, for sure. Yeah, this is the reason. Oh, how do you actually practice for your speaking, Sandra? You don't practice for speaking? Uh-huh. I see. Okay, okay. Mm. And you're just having like classes 5 days away. I think it's 5 days away. No, it's 1, 2, 3. 3 days away from your examination. Okay, but hmm? I see. So when it comes to part one, you can consider this one as your warm-up session. I think the examiner would definitely understand partly, but like after two questions, then it is already expected that you have finished your warm-up. So you will no longer be having those kind of fluency errors. And one of actually the best way to practice speaking is to have mock-up tests because it's still very different if you're just reading if you're reading a question and you're answering it all by yourself. You need somebody to be asking the questions for you. Yeah? Are you at home or are you in a dormitory? Like, no, 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 not really. I thought that was your father or something. I say a coffee shop with a manager. So it should be like a big coffee shop. Hala? Okay. And last question about pets. Have you ever had a pet before? Okay, she doesn't like the smell of the cat. The smell of a cat. She doesn't. Yeah, because when you say she didn't, maybe in the past she doesn't like it, but now she does like it. Ala, now let's proceed with your part two. Why is a froggy here? Okay, hang on a bit. Uh, that's actually like another teacher. Maybe like he does have the time and he's just checking at us. All right then. So this is your part two. I'll be giving you 1 minute for your preparation. 1 minute preparation has started. All right, time is up now. You may now begin. Okay, time is up. Okay, you need to breathe. People need to examine, not exam, but we say examine. Exactly. And it's not pronunciation error, unique. Unique. Do you mind following it? Exactly. Okay, and I really didn't know, but you're actually talking about now, so you could say, I really don't know how can I get this job, or what are the things that I should learn when it comes to this job. And right here popped up on my feed. It's not because you have pronounced this one freed, but this one should be feed. Got it. And when it comes to feed, typically contents containing feed, social media. referring to. And is a sleeper in a hotel? Okay, I see. You know what? Yeah, it's partly fine because it just follows like the verb and the ER, so it's a person who's doing the sleeping thing. Is it online? So it's very much okay. Yeah, but something that you need to improve more is actually your fluency. You can, you can get like 6.0 even when using like the same answer that you have used if you can improve your fluency. Trust me. Hmm. A little bit faster. Yeah. This is the reason why I always tell to my students 6.0 is easy. It's just that sometimes they don't actually know what is stopping them from getting 6.0. But for you, that kind of answer is 6.0, but your fluency is basically crippling down your score. So definitely improve your pronunciation as well. And you have committed a hesitation and corrections. Something that you can do when it comes to this problem is you can record yourself and you might want to listen to it because basically you need to mark down the parts that you have committed corrections and then record again for you to improve it. Hala. Okay, let's cover another part too. Perfect job. Now let's talk about a famous person you would like to meet. And by the way, I do have a question. Did you prepare this a story about like the sleeping job? No, did you? No, no, no. I'm just asking, did you prepare for this one? Hmm. Okay, that's nice. It actually means that you can actually get 6.0 even without memorizing. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay, but I also wanted you to improve the vocabulary. It's not just a sleeper, but it's a professional sleeper. Exactly. Oh, I mean, I wanted to say professional sleeper. Yeah. All right then. Now this is your other part two. 1 minute preparation has started. Okay, time is up. Please begin. Okay. Hmm? Imagine. Mhm. Okay, and often like students would be saying like 10th April, but it's actually 10th of April. Or yeah, you could just say on April 10. Yes, April 10. And then there was this part when you say, "Oh my God." Okay. All right. Okay, but the thing is, something that you can do when your mind just went completely blank is you can actually tell that one. Oh, you could just say, "Oh, sorry, my mind went completely blank," and then what you wanted to do is to continue after. My mind went completely blank. This is such a valid thing because, not everybody could have the talent to be speaking in a continuous manner without getting their mind blank. And we have sit on the sofa, not sit in the sofa, it's sit on the sofa, right? Often we would be sitting on something. Okay, and we also have your introduction. Uh, I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but the thing is, when you actually started, when you said, "Let me talk about a famous person I would like to meet," the thing, what you need to do is you actually need to paraphrase this one. Paraphrase it. Yeah. So something that you wanted to play with the words, or you could also have this one. You can have this as a basis. When it comes to, and then a paraphrase answer, paraphrase question. One thing One thing, or if it's a person, one person that comes to my mind is, and then you describe the person. So it's going to sound like, when it comes to a popular person I'm dying to meet, one person that popped up in my mind is a member of, I actually don't know the thing that you have mentioned. This the singer of Boy of Love. See, because the thing is, I'm not a K-pop fan, so I have got uh, limited information when it comes to those kind of singers. Okay, but at least you do understand, right? So you need to paraphrase because it's not okay for you to just copy and paste like you're just going to read this one. It's not acceptable in IELTS. Hala. Okay, and when it comes to practicing, for part two, I wanted you to actually speak for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is going to be your practice mode. In order for you to generate as much as idea that you can, in order that if, like, the examiner will be asking you the same question, you will be so very prepared with it. Okay? Do you have a question? I think not. Oh, well, something that you really need to do is to memorize. Really. That's one of the fastest way for you to even get 6.5. Because if you have memorized something, then you don't need to think so much when it comes to speaking, right? This way, like you can even focus on your fluency and pronunciation. Yep. So often I would be saying to my students, like, you need to memorize a flexible story for your part two. Maybe some teachers will be telling you not to memorize, but I have seen like a lot of students that they memorize something and they got 6.5 or even 7.0. Yeah, like from 5.5 and they've just become 6.5. That was like a huge jump. Hala. Okay then, let's proceed with your part 3. Let's talk deeper when it comes to being famous. What are the advantages and disadvantages of being a famous child? Alright, this is actually the question. What are the advantages and disadvantages of being a famous child? Yeah, but you focus on. Mhm. Exactly. And the second thing is you have actually committed what we call the you problem when it comes to IELTS. You have mentioned the word you. Yeah, because the thing is what you wanted to do with your part three is you want to make it general. So you can refer to individuals, if an individual or if a group of people, if a child, but you cannot say if you are a celebrity, no. You better need to say if a person is a celebrity or if a child is a celebrity, they can get a lot of opportunities. Yeah, make it general. Don't use you in explaining something. Mm-hmm. Okay, do you want to answer again? Ah, in conclusion, being a famous child will not be that bad. No, no, it's not partly wrong. Not that bad. Okay, okay. Hello, hello. It partly makes sense. Although I'm actually having a second mind because I do think that you could have just mentioned. So definitely there are some pros and cons when it comes to being a famous child. Okay, but yours is very much fine as well. They maybe suck from losing their privacy. Didn't get what you wanted to say by here. Oh, why did you use the word suck or even stuck? They may be stuck from losing their privacy. Uh, this one. It's a bit vague to say this. So the more accurate one is just take this off and they may lose their privacy. I see. I see. They may feel fuck. No, they may feel bad. Okay. This is quite the problem when it comes to like 5.5 students because often you wanted to use like a high level vocabulary if that what you wanted. Yeah, but the thing is, sometimes it's even better to just use like simple vocabulary as long as it's going to be accurate. So they may feel bad from losing their privacy. This now is clear and natural. But something that you wanted to focus on is not actually high vocabulary. This is definitely like a wrong suggestion. What you wanted to do is to provide topic-specific words. hmm So for instance, when it comes to privacy, or you could also include in cyber scams. What's more? Yeah. Cyber scams or oh, I know. They're also prone to cyberbullying, which is basically people bullying them online. Cyberbullying. These are topic-specific vocabulary that could ensure for you to have a higher score. Yeah, Paula. All right, so what can today's children do to become famous? I see. So again, you have used the you problem. You can enter. There we go. But the idea is very much fine. Paula, and what can children do with their fame? With their fame. Now, what can children do with their fame? Yeah, what can? More? I see. Okay then. Uh, Definitely you need to close it. Provide a conclusion. Hmm? Okay. Hello. Or it can be like, so in conclusion, or in a nutshell, there are hundreds of ways that children can do with their fame. All right, let's talk deeper about dream job. What kind of job can be called a dream job? A job that is not time consuming. Okay, or it could be a job that prioritizes work and life balance or work-life balance. Hmm. Be with your family. The you problem again. Mhm. Because you have started with the word you can, so definitely it's a your. So it can be like this allows people to have more time with their family. Hmm. Yeah, can be. But mhm. Allah. Okay. All right. Then let me teach you some ways that you can improve your organization when it comes to part three. First one, let me tell you about the golden template. Golden template. This is basically a golden template because a lot of debaters would be using it. And it's one of the most popular and at the same time one of the most effective way to actually explain your side. Okay, so first of all, you have a direct answer about something. So you can just provide one. So a job that provides work and life balance. And then after that one, you need to provide your reason. Maybe, well, simply because working too much can lead to burnout, and having the life is basically the reason why people are working. So you have the reason and you also have an example. A case in point is that a lot of people in China are now pursuing to get a job in the government field. They wanted to become civil servants because civil servants have a lot of vacations and they only need to work for 8 hours a day. Example. Yeah? So that's an example. And you have a concluding statement. Okay. For uh yeah. And right here, I have proven. provided like another box. Will be allotted for your discourse markers. You know discourse markers? Like although, even though, from what from what I know, yeah. Um those ones. Those are your discourse markers. I have seen this one being used a lot by a 7.0 student of mine. He would often 7.0. Yeah, I think he was a 7.0. Often he would be using like a lot of discourse markers. So if you will be listening to somebody who would be using this one, you can already say that it's just very organized. That is something that you wanted to do as well. Okay, so in conclusion, in a nutshell, overall, these. 这个 好了. Okay, I'm already going to give you a homework. I'm only going to focus on the things that I think you really need to have, and one is the discourse marker. I just wanted you to find 20 spoken discourse markers. Discourse markers for I want to say IELTS, but you know there's like a lot of articles providing like a support when it comes to IELTS, but their information that they're providing are actually a mistake. Okay, for natural speaking, let's use this one. This is even better. Yeah, because when it comes to IELTS, you don't actually need to like speak in a robot manner. It isn't because it's all has got something to do about natural speaking. Hello? So direct answer, reason, example. So you could even say for example, it's fine. This is actually written in the IELTS page. Okay. And what can be called a dream job? How about this one? What kind of job uh is the most popular? Are the most popular in your country? Official staff. Those are civil servants, right? Hmm. Okay, and your reason? Okay. Work and life balance is not an adjective, it's a noun. So they have work-life balance. Hmm. Okay, and now give an example. This is just like a bone structure. Okay. You can further explain more when it comes to your reason, but yeah. Now give me an example.都是可以啊，都是可以啊。But it's fine. 都可以啊. Yes. Go on. Example, please. Oh, I don't know. Sorry. Okay. They follow. Maybe they followed. They follow their time strictly. But definitely there's a better one. Okay, but yeah, like this one, I think you already get the idea. Or they can already leave their work at 5 p.m. sharp. Their office at 5 p.m. sharp. Sharp means exactly 5 p.m. Hala? Okay, so Sandra, I highly suggest for you to have more classes, especially when having mock-ups, in order for you to get the hang of it. Yeah, because it's still very different if you have got nobody asking you the questions. Really. Okay. Oh, really? Okay, I haven't seen it. Huh? On Saturday? Oh, by the way, yeah, it's on Saturday. Because that's actually my rest time, but okay, like at what time? In the morning or afternoon or in the evening? So, okay. So in the evening then. Okay. I'll consider about that one because usually like Sunday is my rest day as well. But, um, yeah, Friday, but we can make an arrangement on Saturday as long as I'm free. Yeah. But nowadays, it seems to me that I'm not pretty occupied, so maybe I would be able to have a class on Saturday. But I can still promise yet. Oh, by the way, this is my contact, is a ROM, so I would be able to send you this file. Yeah, just show what the Weixin. This is my WeChat. No, 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 no way. Made a mistake. You know, we don't actually make a mistake, but we commit a mistake. Oh, no, no, I mean, I made a mistake. That is grammatically right. But if you're a grammarian, you would be saying, "Oh, I have committed a mistake," or "I committed a mistake." Wait, that's more accurate to say. Hala? Okay, have a great lunch, Sandra. Have a good one. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.